Hello everybody, today we're going to show you how to make galaktoboureko. For our ingredients we have 7 mugs of milk, which we have already started boiling some to make our cream. We have 7 eggs, 1 mug of semolina, 1 mug of white sugar and some phyllo pastries for all purposes. First thing we're going to do, we're going to add all our 7 mugs of milk to a big pan like this. You see we already started boiling some of it. Then we're going to get a mixing bowl just like this and start adding our eggs. We have 7 eggs in here that we already cracked and now they're ready to put in the bowl. Then our 1 mug of sugar. Then we're going to get an electric whisk and we're just going to start whisking it up. We also have a block of butter that we forgot to mention, and now we're just going to add our 1 mug of semolina and slowly start mixing it with our electric whisk. Until we have a nice texture like this. As you can see, it's ready and it should have a texture like this. All our ingredients are mixed together and now they're done. Spinning the whisk slightly. And then here we have it. This is how yours should look like as well by following our instructions. As you can see here, it's lukewarm temperature, the milk is. And we're going to take the batter mixture we made and we're going to quickly stir it together. But make sure you're doing it very fast, because you need to have no clumps inside of it. Just like this, really easily. Add it all in. We're using a whisk, as you can see, to mix it together. This is the best way you can mix it because you're going to get everywhere. Now with a spatula, clean your mixing bowl and add the rest of the batter inside of the lukewarm milk that we've slightly heated up. There we have it, and it looks just like this. Now we're going to leave it to boil so that it can become a creamy texture. We'll show you how it's like after it's done. As you can see, moments after, it has already started becoming such a thick texture. Like, you can see how thick it has become. Exactly like a cream. Now we're just going to keep on mixing it. Do not stop to mix it. You're going to always need to keep on stirring. And then it should be ready in a bit. It didn't take a long while for this to happen. As you can see, we have taken it off the heat and you can see it has a nice color. And now we're just going to add a bit of butter. We're using a block of butter we're just cutting up in small squares like this. And now using a big spoon, we're going to mix it together. You can see it looks super delicious. And it already tastes really nice, even though it's going to improve later on. We have a nice starter. Make sure the butter is fully incorporated in with the cream and then it should be fine. See that texture? As you can see, our cream is fully ready and we're just going to leave it for a little bit while we do our other things, just for it to cool down. While we do that, we have melted 300 grams of fresh butter into a small pan like this, which we're going to use for it to be ready for our pan that we're going to start oiling up. We have a small brush, a cooking brush, that we're going to apply the butter, the melted butter, all over the pan so you can basically add the phyllos and so and so. There you can see, make sure you put quite a bit at first so it doesn't stick This acts as our anti-stick. Now we have some philos. We're going to stretch them out just like this. And then you're going to start to separate them. Take your pan and add one. Just on the corners like that. Then we're going to add some of the butter with our brush. And continue to do that with our next one. You just add one phyllo, then you add some butter with the brush, and you keep that going. It's really simple so far. You can see we still have some outside of the edges, but that's fine, because at the end of the time, they're all going to go in together. Make sure you fill all the edges. Make sure you can just put it wherever you can, as good as you can. And you're going to start repeating this process. It's pretty much the same for a while. You can see the butter we have. We have quite a bit, so there's no need to add a little bit. We're going to keep on putting our philos on the same type of pattern. You can see we're kind of repeating a swirly type of layering. Don't forget your butter. Pretty much the same thing we do for the rest of our ones right now we have left. This is going to be a strong base, just good enough. And keep on going, doing the same thing again. All our phyllo pastries are ready. We buttered them and layered them like we said. And now we're going to add the whole cream mixture that we made. Spread it across like this. You can see how the corners are sticking out of some phyllo pastries. These are fine because we're going to tuck them back in, and it's just going to be the way we're going to seal it in. I'm going to start off firstly with this layer, and then we're going to take the layer above. Make sure you can add some butter. Then you're going to take the layer from top and add it. And some butter, the same type of process really, nothing much changes. And then you're going to take it from this side and then the other side. And this is how you're going to seal it in. If there's any corners that are not going in evenly, then you can just tuck them in, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, the rest is pretty self-explanatory. You're just gonna keep on folding them in until you have no more to fold in. And now we're just going to continue to tuck the rest of them in. Pretty much that's it. As you can see, we finished tucking all the corners in and we added the rest of the butter. And you can see how neat it looks right now, and it's ready to be baked. We're going to bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for an hour. You'll know when it's ready because it'll start having a golden color at the top, and that will signify that it's ready to be taken out. Now we're going to take a knife and start cutting it, but we're not going to cut it completely. We're just going to cut it at the top slightly, just like an outline, basically. You're not going to go fully through. Just like this, you can see it's like we're poking holes, but in a direction where we would be cutting it. It's really important that you don't cut it through fully. Just helps with the overall presentation. And there we have it. Now it's ready to be put in the oven, and we'll show you how it's like as soon as it gets out. While our galaktoboureko is in the oven, we're going to make the syrup. For this, we're going to use 3 mugs of sugar. Our last third one. We're going to add it in a pan. Then we're going to add 2 mugs of bottled water. And some garifuna. And 1 lemon. I'm going to put the whole juice of 1 lemon. And also leave the lemons aside. We have cut the corners off. And we washed it as well before we added it in. And now you're going to leave this for 3 minutes. Until it starts to boil and the sugar starts to dissolve. As you can see here, we have our syrup ready, and we just took it out of the heat. So now it's ready to be put in our galaktoboureko, which you can see it looks so golden and delicious. This syrup is going to enhance the sweetness of the whole pastry itself, and it's just going to make it taste delicious. It smells so good at the moment. Can't wait to show you what it's going to be like. This is definitely a dessert that you should try out at home, because the steps are very simple and repetitive, so you're not going to be doing much, but you're going to end up getting this beautiful dessert. You can see it might look like it's a lot of syrup, but it's going to be absorbed anytime soon. The syrup is basically what makes the phyllos soften up. Take a knife and just poke a few holes where you did before, and there we have it. We added our syrup. So as you can see, our galaktoboureko is ready, and we plated it up just to show you how delicious it looks. Now this is ready to eat. If you want to see more simple recipes like this, please make sure you check out our channel, comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye!